the screen.
Just saying. Well, I'm gonna go whenever you are. It's completely up to you, unless you want to wait for some
Oh
more
fuck!
people
I gotta
to
put
come
on
along.
fantasy grounds. All right.
I've got everything up and ready. It's now
Yep.
on the main page for them.
Okay. And if everybody is in fantasy grounds, just make sure so yeah, Arch has already rolled. I've already rolled. Purity and Chan, when you get in here, just roll to make sure you're good in the dice bot.
I see
Okay,
how today is going to be.
I mean, look on the bright side. You got it out of the way in the chat box, and it was a shit roll. So one less shit roll you were gonna have.
God damn it! Why did I look at the chat
Wait a
room?
minute! Wait a minute! I have a question here. Cham
Alright.
puts a comment that says you shove it in your dick hole, and the chat went up by 11 people. That was 7 when I looked at it a second ago.
If we get I'm not letting Cham talk about this stuff just so we get more viewers.
If you do, I think you should do it on a porn stream.
Yeah, oh god, yeah, no, we do that on Kick because Kick won't give a fuck.
Alright.
I love that there's a dude showing straight up porn on there.
Fucking damn it!
I'm not joking. There's somebody that's been showing like 24-hour porn on there on the Street Fighter 5 tag.
You rolled in that 20 in the fucking box. Oh god.
This is the second day in a row your first roll has been in that 20.
Shut the fuck up.
Come on.
And you were rolling buckets yesterday, weren't you?
I was coming buckets earlier.
Can't get. All right.
Cham, it would be too soon if I never talk to you again.
Please don't leave for another 3 months.
Was it 3 months he was gone last time?
2.5.
If he does it again, I'm just coming to find him.
I'll mute Cham on all the streams. Just don't leave. All right.
Fucking, I was tagging him in fucking music like a.
Oh yeah, no,
you
didn't know what I was doing though. I was meme spamming his DMs on like every other day.
He was ignoring my
like,
text.
Just putting sad memes in his DMs. I even used your baby dragon as a leverage tool.
I was gonna say a word I can't use.
Yes, please do not say a word that you can't use on stream. All right, so now that you guys are in, and I think our chat's up to a decent amount level, I think we can probably start if everyone's ready.
I'm ready.
All right, so all you guys are ready. So this is going to give you a little bit of context for what we're dealing with here. So basically what happened in the original Druids in Space was that the Druids, which is the astronaut or the Druidnaut crew, that was made up of Purity, Arch, and Cham, made it to the moon, fought some xenomorphs and some illithids and some illithid xenomorphs, and then after everything was all said and done, they opened a portal, and the Druids from the Earth came to the moon in order to terraform it. Now we pick up with those Druids 100 years later. They have developed an entire forest on the moon. The moon is now basically just a large chunk of it, probably about a third of it, has turned into this forest, and it's actually started to develop an atmosphere because of all the trees and everything that are inside. So you don't actually need to wear oxygen gems or anything like that, like what you did in the previous one.
How long do Druids live?
It depends on the race. It doesn't really depend on the class, which I already checked up on all of your characters, so all of your characters would still be alive at this point, given your lifespans, including the Intellect Devourer.
Yay.
But human druids would live a human lifespan, so on and so forth.
At a certain level, druids just like blanket get immortality across the board in 5e.
Well, when you get to the point where you're like, when you're basically at your level at this point, then yeah, you would basically be able to keep yourself alive with magic. But in terms of like the actual being's natural lifespan, it would be roughly the same.
Okay.
So basically what happened is that after all of that, you guys were heralded as heroes. There's a solid mahogany statue that sits in the middle of the Druid city that's located on the moon. And right now, you guys are just kind of doing your day to day. You know, the basic thing for the druids at this point is just expanding the forest and cultivating nature and just kind of enjoying themselves. And the other thing is that basically there's no other really large amounts of creatures on the moon, at least in terms of predatory creatures. You got like squirrels and shit like that. But for the most part, you don't really have that many animals on the moon, just because you guys have been mainly concentrating on getting the forest up as opposed to cultivating it with various creatures other than your own familiars. And the intellect devourer is still there too. Its name is Paul.
Jam, you're still not allowed to kill it.
He has 2 hammers now, by the way.
I
Yeah.
have the acorn rifle.
Yeah, you have the acorn sniper rifle. So basically, what has happened to this point is you guys are just kind of palling around in the center square, next to the statues of yourselves, ironically. And a druid named Havsham comes up to you. You know him. He's basically he's like a building planner type of guy. He's expanding the city, that kind of thing. But he looks over at you. Goody, you showed up. Just the people I wanted to talk to.
Hi, what can we do for you?
Well, you see, we have a little bit of a problem at the moment. Lord Grendel is out in the woods doing experiments. He was supposed to be back yesterday, but he still hasn't returned. So I wanted to send out some tough guys to go see if maybe, either maybe he had a magical accident, or he overslept, or he's just drunk.
Why the hell not? Guys, if he's dead, we can at least rob his body.
I'm going to proceed to meld into my own statue.
Why though?
Wait a minute, can't you only do that with rock?
Isn't it made of rock?
Isn't it made?
It's made of mahogany.
So we're just watching him just molest the statue trying to meld into it?
Well, that's just
basically,
gross.
He's feeling himself up at the moment.
Has he gone
trying-
senile?
I am pretty old.
Roll intelligence. I'm pretty sure Goliath lifespans are not that short. Jam, that's because you rolled all those other rolls before that, and I see at least 2 nat 20s in there.
I know.
Oh, great! So he's playing a senile old man.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
well, apparently he's not in his right mind at the moment. He's just having a good time with that piece of wood over there, and Havisham is just gonna kind of ignore what he's doing and talk to the man with the bag full of butter and the little rock gnome with the rifle. I don't really need to know what he's doing, but if he's going to help you, then good. Because if we don't get Grendel back, then unfortunately our supply of squirrel meat is going to be dwindling very quickly.
Don't worry, we'll find him one way or the other.
Oh, good. We can have stew tonight.
Should we? I'm gonna look at the Butterman. Should we let him continue with the statue, or should we tell him to come on?
Short of him getting out any kind of metal rods for the statue, I think we're pretty okay to let him do what he needs to first.
Fuck you.
Jam, roll me Constitution.
Constitution, okay.
Oh,
Damn.
that you get a 20 on.
Damn. All right. So here's how this happens. So Cham, as you're molesting the statue, you're just kind of like you're trying to get yourself inside of it, but you don't understand why it's not working. And as you're kind of fumbling around, you lose grip on one of your hammers. You know, it falls kind of off your back a little bit, and as you grab it, you actually grab the shotgun portion of it and blow the groin section of your own statue off.
Okay.
You also nut yourself in the process. Heavily. But you're now I would assume you're now finished unless you want to further demolish your monument.
Does anyone have a towel for this guy? He looks like he needs it.
There is nobody currently with a towel. However, Havsham goes up to the
I
partially
let the
destroyed
kids
statue.
rub my legs and my leg hair, and it glows in the sun. I have Rocky Road ice cream.
You have problems.
He
Uh,
does.
All right, so Havsham goes up and reforms the groin on Cham's statue and gives it a little bit of padding just to make sure in case something like that happens again, he still has enough left to work with. So he gave you a bigger crotch bulge.
This one looks like its actual size.
I
We
hate to
can't
ask.
have. Look, actual size is going to be an issue because we can't have people going to the statue and simply pointing that out. It's disproportional. I know it's natural, but it's disproportional. So he's going to send you on your way now that he's done fixing the statue because he has
Yeah.
other buildings and stuff to go deal with today.
All right, so
And
let's.
he also marks the location of Grendel's experiment site on your map.
Oh, I gotta go get Paul. Hold on, I'm gonna go grab Paul. Was just watching the insanity happen. Come on, Paul.
All right. You whistle, and the intellect devourer runs up next to you. It again appears to basically be acting like a dog. It has a tongue that it kind of wags out to the side, and it also barks.
Who's a good intellect devourer? You are. You are. I wanted to see if I could get Mike to bark.
It's
Fine, I'll
shit.
give you a treat. I'm gonna get what?
Oh,
What do intellect devourers other than brains eat?
Brains.
I give him a little bit of
Brains.
squirrel brains.
All right, you give him.
so
You instead you don't actually have that on you, so what you do is you just kind of look around for a second. You see a squirrel walking by, and you grab it and just hold it out in front of the intellect devourer, and he basically eats it like a piece of pasta.
Good boy.
so so Mike,
Yep.
I rolled a nat 1. I was going to swing one of my hammers like a golf club to club the fucking intellect devour. Busted nat 1.
Yep, it's in that one. So what happens is you attempt to do that, you lose grip of one of your hammers, and it flies up and destroys the head on your statue.
Man, that statue just keeps getting tortured.
After hearing the commotion, Havsham comes back over and looks over at you. I just fixed it, damn it. Hang on a second.
All
He
right, I
grows
think
the
we should get moving now.
he's it's going to take him a little while to grow the head portion back. So you pick up your hammer and you guys are going to continue into the forest.
Alright, sounds good.
All right, so you guys have the location of Grendel's little camp on the map, and it's not too far away. It's probably only about a couple hours ride outside the city. Well, walk, I should say, because you're druids. You can just kind of air travel through the forest if you wanted to. In Purity, I'm pretty sure you know how to fly, if I remember right. So you guys head through the forest along with Paul, the intellect devourer. And eventually, you come to what looks like some kind of a site. It's an area that's had all the brush and the small foliage and stuff kind of trampled over. It looks like, and in the middle of it, you notice what appears to be a rock on the ground with something stuck under it.
I'm gonna go over and try to. Can I inspect it?
You can go over to it and take a look at it. Yeah, if you want to roll an investigation check.
Let me see. Investigation would be. Yep. Okay.
It's one of your skills. It should be
Plus
on the
5.
block.
Okay. Fuck my rolls tonight.
All right, so you walk up and you don't really notice anything out of the ordinary until you walk around the side, and all you see is what looks like a human foot with a boot attached to it sticking up from underneath the boulder.
I think I found something.
Hold up. That should be proficient enough. I'm gonna take one of my hammers. I'm gonna swing right dead center to break it apart.
All right, you're gonna break the rock apart. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you can do that, and you can roll for damage, and that'll determine how heavily you break the rock.
Alright. Oh my god.
All right, that's a 10. So you crack the rock, you crack part of it off in the area where the foot is coming out, and you're able to remove it. And as you remove it, underneath it, you see what appears to be the crushed remains of a druid, although it's very, very hard to tell exactly who it is. It's probably Grendel, since this is his site, and he supposedly came out here alone.
He
But
doesn't
you're
have
not
anything
100%.
like a special robe or anything that we could make it easier to tell.
You can roll investigate and search his corpse.
Yeah, because this worked so well for me last time.
Mm.
I
Ouch.
fucking swear.
Anybody else can help too, or Arch, are you too busy eating your butter?
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna take a little piece of butter out of my fanny pack and I'm gonna snack on it. Was this guy important at all?
He hunted
Uh,
the squirrels.
he was the head of creature development for the moon. He was kind of getting his thing in this, getting in the swing of things. He had just gotten the squirrel population up to tolerable levels.
Okay, because I have a spell here that could bring somebody back to life. I just want to know if I should waste it on him or if I should save it.
Will it also repair what's left of his body? Because he has been crushed pretty thoroughly by a rock.
Touch a creature that has been dead for no longer than 200 years that died for any reason except old age. If the soul is free and willing, the creature is restored to life.
Is that zombie life or full life?
This one's full life.
Okay, then yes, he's only been dead for maybe a day or so you could do that if you want to.
Is that like a one-time only spell?
Well, it's not one time only, but it's 9th level, so it'll take a little while for me to get it back.
It would also mean too that if you heal him like that, like let's say hypothetically like his body was disintegrated, then you probably could not bring him back.
It also gives you a new body if you wanted it.
Yeah, but you would also have to find some kind of a portion to instill that into, and that's assuming his soul stuck around.
That's correct.
So if you want to use that spell, you can, and you can bring him back to life and just ask him some direct questions.
Well, I'm asking if it's worth it.
See if I have anything that I might be able to use.
Yeah, let me take a look.
One of the benefits of being a pure spellcaster is that I'm not worthless like that guy over there that fucked up his statue. Oh, hey! I didn't see you there.
I was gonna loom over him like.
I'm like 9 feet tall.
How tall is Goliath?
Goliaths are tall, from what I remember.
I think we're about even height, actually. I'm just really thin because I'm a fish person.
Goliaths are 9 feet, anywhere from 6 to 9 feet tall. So you're probably around 8 or 9 feet. And then
Let's be honest, he's a
what
man
are
like Goliath.
you again? You're a fishkin or a merkin?
Merkin.
Hell yeah, American.
Merkin.
Yeah.
Uh.
You know damn well like I was too.
Oh, I have artificer's lore. Artificer's lore. I don't know what spells I have, so I don't know if I could really help. Oh wait, I found them. I'm dumb.
Yeah, they're all at the back. Like I said, the ones that are marked with a P are your prepared ones. Those are the ones I thought would be most useful.
Oh, no.
Or Arch can also just bring him back to life.
Look, unless you got something to talk to the dead, you might as well bring this one back.
You know what? I'm gonna. What was the spell that you're gonna use, Arch?
Oh, it was true resurrection.
I got reincarnate, so I'll use reincarnate instead.
Oh, you're gonna turn him into a halfling or something.
I mean, there is an abundance of squirrels.
Don't turn him into a squirrel, yeah.
So
Okay. All right, so this is the way this is going to work. So, Cham, you cast the resurrection spell on the body, and you see what looks like a bluish green soul come out of him.
Hold up. You need to roll a D100, and there's a list of what it could turn into. But
Okay.
fuck it, continue with. I want the.
I was gonna say there's not allowed around here, so
Well, it doesn't matter. It reincarnates him as whatever. It just appears. But
yeah.
since you have a thriving squirrel population, the reincarnation does wind up going to be a squirrel. So you see the soul come up out of what's left of this man's body who's been crushed under this rock. And after a second, the squirrel then the soul then takes shape, looking like a squirrel, and progressively glows less and less and less until it physically becomes a squirrel. The squirrel then looks up at all of you, including the intellect devourer, who looks like he might be a little bit hungry. And he puts his little squirrel palm on his chest, and he grows druid armor out of it. He then proceeds to cast a spell on himself so that he can speak in tongues, which means that he can speak in common to you now. And he says, "I am Grendel. What have you done to my body?"
We just found you like this.
Okay, better question. What am I?
A squirrel?
God damn it!
Well, you keep breeding these damn things. We thought you liked them.
Look, you need the squirrel as the basic ecosystem, and then you can start adding on top of that, because other shit needs to eat the squirrels. And also there's an odd number of druids that also like eating squirrels. That's kind of gross, but still. There were some problems, but we've worked them out. I was in the process of introducing some larger creatures onto the forest moon. And that's how this happened.
Do you remember exactly what dropped a rock on you?
This is going to be a little bit odd to explain, but I had several bags of holding that each had owl bears that were frozen inside of a stasis spell. Now, the problem is, at some point in there, something happened to those 200 owl bears to turn them into something else. An abomination of God. And one of those abominations of God lifted a rock and crushed my poor druid body as I was standing in shock.
Why did you need 200 owl bears?
Look, you gotta populate a planet here, and I also wanted some control test for test subjects.
You couldn't start with maybe 10 to make sure it worked.
Look, either go big or go home, okay? You have to release a decent amount into the wild in order for them to have proper competition and figure out who's the strongest.
Probably whichever one dropped the rock on you. The abomination
You
that we
might
have to
be
hunt.
You might be surprised. Also, we're still at my camp. Oh, shit. As he's looking around, I want everybody to roll a perception check.
All right.
In Purity, you can also roll a perception check for the intellect devourer.
Okay, his perception's not the same as investigation, right? No, it's not. Okay, just wanted to check.
No, perception is a separate thing. But as for an intellect devourer, I think he just goes on a straight D20. Okay. Is that for you or the intellect devourer?
I'm going for the intellect devourer.
Well, I should give it something worse.
I was just thinking that.
You're rolling for both. All right, he didn't get much better. All right, so Arch and Cham, I think because you're the two taller people here, maybe that's why you noticed this a little earlier than she does. But as you're looking around, you see what appears to be these small little bipedal owl beings come out of the bushes. Most of them are only about waist height, but waist height for a normal human being, not necessarily for you.
Like Goliath.
And so they all come out, but then you start seeing other like weird ones that kind of step out. Like there's one that looks like he's a zombie. There's a giant one. There's a really buff one. There's one that has like fire going on. There's one that has lightning. There's a teleporting one. There's one that has mushrooms growing out of his butt. So you have no idea what's going on here, but there's a bunch of these different little owl things coming out. And then one of them steps forward. He looks like he's wearing a little bit more. He's fashioned some kind of like bark or tree armor or something. And he's standing kind of in front of the others. He also has an eye patch and a scar. And he looks over at all of you. You druids, you destroyed the owlbears. We will kill you all.
We did what? We just got here. If you want us
so
to kill you guys, we can.
Well, in the middle of that, Alan's going to roar and charge in with his two hammers.
Okay, you're gonna just
Okay, I
run in
guess
and
we're
you're
doing this.
You're just gonna run in and just rush him?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use
So
a frenzy attack.
okay, I'll let you do that.
All right. Well, in frenzy, you can make a single
Use your
melee weapon
butter to
attack
get
as a
him,
bonus action.
Butter Druid. I actually don't remember what
Alright.
any other druids' names are.
So just where's my There's no attack bonus, is there?
It is 5e, so your weapon has the attack bonus.
Jeez. Yeah, I didn't even fucking
Or if
put it
it's
on.
or if it's strength or dexterity based, I just add that.
Alright, I'll just use strength for right now.
Yeah, that works.
Huh. So that's for the first attack.
Okay.
It's going to be the second attack. Oh shit, that one's
All
failed.
right. Well, the second attack is not going to hit. The first one will. However, as you are going forward, you are because you're making a physical attack and you're closing the distance. I'm going to roll for reaction checks from the owl thingy, whatever they are. There are 5 of them that have the ability to do ranged attacks. 18 and 17. What is your AC?
16.
All right, so the 18 and the 17 will hit, the others will miss. The 18 and the 17, one of them is shooting laser beams from its eyes, and the other one is
Alright.
shooting an ice ray.
Well, that's a concern.
Just a little bit.
Alright.
So
Should we let him handle it, or should we help?
To be fair, I think he needs to work out some stuff with the whole statue thing that happened.
Yeah, let's just sit back and watch. So, little squirrel, how you doing?
You
All
want
right,
some
so
butter?
all right, so before we get to your conversation while Chav is getting shot at, I'm gonna roll for the laser beam one. All right, and that is +2, so that's a 15. And the ice beam one is going to be that is 3d6 + 3. Also, if you roll below a 15 Constitution save, he will freeze you in place.
Alright.
Oh, I actually found an image of the druid squirrel.
That was 15 exact.
Okay, and that is an additional +3, so that's 16 and 15. So it's 31 damage to you from the 2 that actually managed to hit you. So you're not going to be stopped from doing your attack. You're going to still be able to carry through because you did roll a 15, so you got through the ice beam. So now you can roll for damage on the one who was basically saying he's going to kill you.
Well, I rolled an 11, but God, these hammers don't have fucking any attack. It's 2d6 + 6. That's
Okay.
fucking garbage.
Well, you also only hit with one of them. If you had hit with 2 of them, it would have been double that. So all right, so you hit him for 11. So you walk up and you smack the leader right in the head, and he kind of flies over into the bushes and like lands in a bush. He's not dead, but you did hit him pretty hard, and all the other owl things that are there are now about ready to start rushing you. And keep in mind, there were 200 owl bears, which means there are 200 of these things. Some of them are freaks of nature, but not all of them.
Okay.
And we're gonna yell over, do you want some help?
Sure.
You're all
wait,
gonna have to roll for initiative right now.
You want to roll first, Arch, or shall I?
You all have to roll. It doesn't
Okay.
matter. So
Yeah, that's a 9. That's not good.
Does our
Oh!
initiative have a plus?
By the way, I'm resistant to cold.
you're okay.
about
So you're resistant to cold damage or cold effects.
I don't know. It just says resistance to cold.
If it's resistance to cold, then that means you're resistant to. That means if whatever damage you take from any kind of frost is cut in half.
All right.
So the damage you got from that, then from the frost beam, would not have been a 16. It would have been an 8.
I'll just add +8 to my health.
Well, no, just add. It's yeah, just add just a regular 8. Okay, so Purity, Arch, and you guys all
Real quick,
roll.
the fans are asking if they donate, can they add owl bears?
I have a bunch of them that are already. Are they talking like super powered ones?
I guess they could choose a super powered one, maybe.
Well, if here's what I'll do to this. So right now, the only ones that I've really introduced are the ones with the one with laser eyes, and the one with oh god, the one with laser eyes and the one with the ice beam. I also mentioned a couple that were in there, but there are ones that have not been mentioned. So if they want, so I think what's going to happen this time is while the other owl bears are organizing, the super powered ones are going to take the turns here. So there's going to be one for each one of the. There's going to be two for each one of the combatants here. So we're going to have a total of 6. So if you guys want, you can make suggestions for which one you. Well, actually, because they don't have the sheet to actually make suggestions. Because I didn't really plan for any kind of integration.
Yeah, so let's just say nah.
Fair enough.
They can
so
donate to cheer us on, though.
fair enough. Yeah, if they want, yeah, actually, you know what? If you want to give advantages to people, then you can give advantages to people through donations. Just toss in 100 bits, they get a +2.
There you go.
All right,
Thank you.
so, all right, so I'm gonna roll for the 6 individual one. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna have the way that this is working. I'm just gonna roll for the 6 here, but we'll see what they get. Okay. So because of that, I'm just gonna say there's gonna be 2 that go after each of you to make this a lot simpler.
All right.
And so it's gonna be Purity rolled first. So that means you can choose what you want to do here. So there are 6 of the super powered ones that are in front of you, including the one that for a fact that you know has laser eyes, and the
I'm
one
going to
for
aim for one of the laser eyes and shoot
Okay,
with my rifle.
okay, you can shoot with your rifle and see if you can take that one down.
So that's what do I roll to actually attack? 'Cause that's a
You roll
4d10 plus
it
3.
it that is your damage. Attack is always a d20. So
Okay.
it's gonna be that plus your attack bonus, which I believe is just because it's a rifle, it's a dex weapon. So just add whatever your dex
Oh, okay.
modifier
That'll
is.
be easy.
Ouch.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, you missed. Okay, so that shot went wide. So you actually missed. That hit a tree, and the acorn that was in your rifle just drove itself right into a tree. But you guys are level 20. I think you should have multiple attacks at this point.
Let me see.
We should actually.
I believe.
I just don't know. I just don't know where the fuck it's at.
Uh,
Because 5e is so fucking stupid. I can't even fucking find it.
Trying to figure out what I can use.
let me just bring that up on the sheet real quick. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Okay, I'm gonna try shooting him again.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll just say because you're all level 20 at this point, you all have 2 attacks per turn at least.
Sweet.
Cool.
All right.
2
We can do
full attack
terrible
turns.
things.
Yeah.
Do I have anything that I can modify my my bullet with? Or is it any of my abilities? Because I'm looking at them to see if any of them could help.
You literally, you can, if you wanted to take a look over it, you can look over it and see if you can add anything to it. I mean, if you wanted to, right now you're already using your catapult spell to use the rifle. So you're burning a spell slot by using the rifle regardless because it's magically powered.
Then I'll just use that again. Oh, I have. Do I still have my boomerang?
You do still have your boomerang, however, it does not do nearly as much damage as the rifle.
Fuck it and shoot him again.
All right, roll for the same thing, dexterity. Also, your dex should be higher than a +2, I think.
What the fuck?
All right, you missed twice. Okay, so she shot wide both times. So now it's gonna be one of the super powered owl things. So I'm gonna do this one. So this one is called the Love Owl. And so this one only has the ability to cast Charm Person. It's gonna charm person on the Butterman.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, I do like the little guys. Let's see what happens. My will is not very good.
He begins an oddly seductive dance and starts glowing with pink light. As you watch him, you are mesmerized. So now what you have to do is you have to do your wisdom saving throw. Okay, and I believe that is a DC. Hang on a second. Crane spell, wisdom saving throw. I believe it's a DC 15.
Oh, well, apparently that guy can fuck himself. That's a nat 20.
Okay. Okay.
God
I'm
damn
gonna
it.
give you I'm gonna give you. Arch? Do you have any like telepathic abilities or anything like that?
I would have to look up, but I do have a spell in reserve for,
Uh,
well, basically for everybody.
That's what that's more or less what I mean. Is do you have any magical abilities that can fuck with people's brains?
Oh,
Can you use the butter to make them do what you want?
I do, since I am a Circle of Spores Druid, Circle of Butter, actually, I have an AoE butter effect that's 2d6 damage.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to allow you to do. He is so messed up right now because of the sheer force of rejection that is coming from your heart and mind that I'm going to allow you an attack of opportunity.
All right then, I'll slap him with a stick of butter, I suppose.
Okay, so is that an auto hit or is that a roll to hit?
The butter AoE is an auto hit for 2d6.
Okay. So he is not immediately next to any of the superpowered ones, but he is near to a few of the other ones. So if you toss it on him, I'm going to say you're going to hit him and 3 additional others. So you can
Oh,
roll the 2d6 to see how you do.
it's 8 damage, just a little tickle of butter, just a little spritz.
Okay. So the all of the owl things that are there are knocked down to basically 2 health. So they're all incapacitated. He's not going to be able to do anything else on his next turn until he gets healed. So he's kind of messed up. He only has like one eye that's functioning as a heart right now in order to do stuff. So he's kind of just lying on the ground all messed up. Now we're going to go to the next superpowered one. So the next superpowered one is going to be the let's see here. This one is going to be the buff one. So he's the big boy. He's the one that looks like he could bench press a truck. He might be the one that it was either him or the giant one that crushed the wizard Grendel underneath the rock. So he's going to attack, and he's going to pick up another rock that's near him, and he's just going to throw it at the nearest person. But he's going to probably throw it at the gnome because the gnome looks the most easily crushable. And we're going to roll for that. So his strength automatically gets a +3, which is what he's using. Okay. I usually don't DM in 5e. I usually DM in 3.5, so I'm usually it's easier to understand in there. So if anybody is off about my number crunching, then don't worry about it. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. He's gonna toss that at you, and he's basically just gonna use a strength check for that because he's just throwing it with all of his might. That is a +3, so that is a 9. I'm pretty sure that doesn't actually hit you, so that's gonna miss. That's basically gonna be his attack turn. Now it's gonna go down to. I'm gonna say it goes down to it's either Cham or Arch. I think you guys technically rolled the same, although Arch rolled a negative for a 9 and Cham rolled a positive for a 9. So I'll give it to Arch because he rolled the higher base score.
Okay.
So you have 2 attacks. You can choose what you want
Dark
to do.
Sun, just let us play the way we play, man.
So Arch, you have 2 attacks on this. So whatever you feel like doing with the butter.
Horrible things
Oh,
if you give him the chance.
I have a specific thing in mind. That's why I wanted Cham to go ahead and do what he was gonna do. Unless, is it you just want to pass it on to me?
Well, no, you guys both technically rolled the same for initiative, but yours was a negative to get to a 9, and his was a positive to get to a 9. So your base roll was higher. So I gave you the second spot.
Okay. Here's a question for you. Cham is rather far ahead of us because Sis and I
Okay.
stood next to each other,
Yeah,
right?
he walked up to the leader and smacked him in the head with a hammer.
Hey, Cham, how strong are you?
Like, what do you mean? Like my strength?
Yeah, like at a rough estimate, out of 20%.
Well, it's a 20, but I'm also wearing freaking belt of the giant strength,
Okay, cool. Good luck.
which I think
I'm
is
gonna
like 30.
cast Tsunami.
Oh shit.
How much damage does that do, and how much of an area?
A wall of water springs into existence at a point you choose within range. You can make the wall up to 300 feet long and 300 feet high and 50 feet thick.
Jesus Christ. Okay, how much damage does this do on hit?
They need to make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, they take 6d10 and get pushed along with the water.
Okay.
I am so glad I
Um,
stayed behind.
What does that strength saving throw have to beat is more of my question.
For my set, it is. Oh, I'm a pure caster. Ooh, I'm sorry. It's a 19.
Jesus, Mary, Mother of God. Okay.
And
That
it's
Uh-huh.
26
26
damage this
damage to
turn.
everybody. Okay. This
It's
turn.
Apparently, we
5d10
should be
every turn
fine
after
because we're
that.
level 20 and high level, somebody
It
said.
stays. It's how many turns does that stay for again?
6 rounds. It
Oh.
travels for 6 rounds, going 50. Hold on.
You're gonna wipe out a lot of forests.
Yeah, it goes 50 feet at a time for every
Okay.
round.
So this is how I'm gonna calculate this. There are 200 owlbears. Or owlbear thingamajiggers, and there's a few of them that are weakened. So as you're doing this, I'm going to roll a d100 to see how many. I'm going to roll, sorry, 2 d100s to see how many of them are swept away in the tidal wave. You're probably going to incapacitate most of the other ones, or at least get them out of the area with it, regardless of if you kill them. So the first one is a 42, and the second one is a 93. So you took care of 135 of the 200 owl bears. So, or owl, I call them owl walks. So 135 of those little teddy bear looking fuckwads get wiped away in that flood. And also the ones that were damaged, they automatically got wiped out. So you killed the one that had laser eyes. He's dead. Or sorry, which one? That was the one you threw butter at, Arts, was the one with laser eyes? Or was that another
Yeah.
one? Okay. So the one with laser eyes is dead.
No.
And Cham needs to make a strength saving throw.
Yes, Cham does
Sure.
need to make a strength
So,
saving
all right,
throw.
I'll say this. I'll ask this. Do I see the water coming at me?
It's not water.
What is it?
It's
Butter.
Water. Oh shit.
It's a tsunami of butter.
Yeah.
Also, it's 300 feet high. It could be 300 miles long. So there's no way you're dodging this. You have to pass a 19 on the strength check.
I'm so
Otherwise, you're
fucking
gonna get swept away.
glad I stayed behind Arch, and apparently so did the little squirrel druid and the intellect devourer. We're all safe.
Oh, I'm trying to think of.
Well, to be
Oh,
fair,
wait,
you're
see.
built as a ranger. Or a ranger druid, basically, because you have a rifle.
Bring my boom boom stick.
I'm trying to think of a way.
He's trying to figure out how to survive this shit.
Here's my question. Do you want to roll the strength checks to see if you can actually withstand the wave and just stand there? Because if you pass the strength check, you're not going to take that much damage.
Cham, you should totally just stand there with
that
your
much-
mouth open.
That much damage. Shit.
Try to eat it all. You can do it. We have faith in you.
This is going to be gross.
I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
I just wanted to see him animate it.
Do you really want me to do it?
I don't want you to get hurt, but I really want to see him have to animate that.
Okay.
All right. You're just gonna stand there and take the wave. So you got to roll a strength check, and it has to beat a 19 for you not to get swept
Yeah, hold
away.
up.
Oh, you can
Yeah,
do.
hold up,
Wait,
hold
wait,
up.
wait. You know what? I'm gonna give you this. I got 100 bits for mine, but I'm gonna give that to you, Cham. So you have a
Hold up,
plus
hold up.
2.
No, hold up. Not yet, not yet. Since I haven't used this character in so fucking long, I'm just trying to relearn what I have. So
This is gonna go terribly.
Oh, it probably is. This is gonna
it
get
probably
really.
will, yeah.
This is gonna get gross. Is every druid on the moon gonna just die from heart disease?
God, I hope so. The patron Julia Childs would be proud.
Oh lord.
You have to animate their god looking
Okay,
down
so
at them.
all right. Here's the thing.
Can
So
it be the mummy with Julia Childs just going across as the wave of butter?
all right, hey, Mike.
Yep.
So I have a strength of 20. It's a +5, but with the belt of storm giant strength, whatever, it bumps my shit up to 29.
Okay.
What?
So that
What?
means
How? That was that be a plus
that
8?
would be a +9 to your
Plus
roll
9. Okay.
because it's every 2 points is when you get a an addition to your
Let's see what
modifier
happens.
after 10. You hit it at 19. Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Well, you did it. You had to hit a 19 and you hit a 19. So you're not going to get swept away in the wave.
But he does
Um,
take
So-
half damage.
Oh shit.
Well, it was only 26, so you're only taking or is it
So
yeah,
wait,
it's only
was it
26, so
more?
you're only taking
13.
13 damage.
So
Um,
what Alan's going to do is he's going to look behind him, see the giant wave of butter. He's going to stand firm and just open his mouth, going head first.
Okay. You're gonna do that. It's gonna be really gross. It's gonna hurt. But so what happens is Arch is you hold your arms out and this massive wave of butter just erupts from the ground and progresses its way towards all the owl bears, and they all appear to be extremely horrified. But as this is happening, or not the owl bears, the owl walks. And as this is happening, Cham notices this as well, and he just goes head on for the wave to try and get his way through. As it's hitting him and the other owlbears, though, you see the face of Julia Child just come out of the center of the wave like mummy style with the mouth open. And it just takes all of those owl walks and spreads them out throughout the forest, killing many of them. Most of them are, a lot of them are killed. 135 of them are wiped away in the butter storm. And it looks like you have thoroughly cleared them out of the area, and Cham is covered in lathery, nasty butter, and he's also eating a lot of it. Speaking of, roll a Constitution save to see that you don't puke.
Ugh.
Cham, not anybody else.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna get a drink of water, but hold up. Jesus Christ!
Oh, you're just eating it off the ground now. You're just into it. Fuck it. Going for it. It doesn't make you sick, and it tastes weirdly good to you.
Fuck it. Who's that? That one bitch who used butter a lot for her cooking shows.
Paula
Julia
Dean.
Child.
That was Paul, dude.
Paula
It's
Dean.
both.
So you're gonna see me just like a quick glance. I'm like Paula Dean, like we're gonna use butter for this butter, and we're gonna cook up the butter.
Arch is touched.
He
Look
has
in
felt
general.
the true light.
Oh, unholy God. Okay, so
It
So
was
you-
the first thing that came up.
so now that you've kind of cleared them out, Grendel, who is still in the form of the squirrel, looks up at you and says, "That's amazing. I
Can you
hope there's
repeat
not
that? You
more
were
of 'em.
breaking up.
That was amazing. I hope there are not more of them.
If there are, we have plenty of butter.
Would you guys mind picking up my body and bringing it back to the Druid settlement so I don't have to remain a squirrel forever?
No problem. Giants, can one of you pick this thing up?
Never mind. Oh yeah. No, that would actually be a better idea.
Fucking. Can I roll a strength check to accidentally destroy his body so he will remain as a coral?
I
I
do
mean,
kind of like him as a squirrel.
you would have to vaporize his body if you wanted to do that.
Art
I'm
should
going
make
to,
it magically get rolled away by butter.
Oh my god, did it get caught in the butter wave?
It should be behind the.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do is Arch, because you secretly and subconsciously wanted to keep Grendel as a squirrel, I'm going to have you roll an intelligence check because you were technically casting a magical spell to see if you were able to
Oh.
slowly but surely kind of just throw that in there while that was happening.
Oh dear, this isn't gonna be good. Yeah, no.
All right, so you try to throw it in there, but in reality what happens is the body's like foot kind of gets stuck and then it gets dragged along the ground behind the wave. So it gets torn apart and torn into bits, and I don't think anybody really wants to bother walking through the butter-encased forest looking for bits and pieces of Druid. So he might be stuck as a squirrel for a little while.
Jeez.
Sorry, little squirrel guy.
God damn it, just take me back to camp.
All right, come on. You can ride on my shoulder.
Yay! He jumps up on your shoulder.
Come on, Paul. Don't eat the squirrel. He's a good boy.
I can feel the air at my ears.
We're gonna head back to
All right, so Paul's going to follow you as well. So as you guys are kind of starting to get away from the Grendel camp and make your way back towards the main Druid city, you hear some rustling in the bushes near you.
Oh God, not more of these things.
It's not a large rustling. It's not a large rustling. If you roll a listen check, you might be able to. Well, actually, there's no listen check.
There's no.
If you roll a
Would that-
perception,
It's
you
gonna
might be able to
perception.
pinpoint it.
Perception? Okay.
Keep forgetting there's no listen check on this. All right, well, Cham found it. Arch, if you want to roll as well, you can.
At least it's
I think
getting
I'm
better.
gonna bask in the glory of the butter.
All right, you're just gonna slather that all over your chest like a weirdo. All right, so
Fuck
Cham
yeah.
and Purity, you guys both noticed a specific bush that the rustling is coming out of.
Is
And
it a
after
red bush?
It is not a red bush; it is a green bush. But after a second, you see one of the little owlkin, or the little owl, walks, kind of get his way out of the bush, and he looks up at you. Says, "Ho, ho, ho. Stop,
I'm gonna attack him.
please! I come in peace."
I'm gonna attack him.
Wait, don't attack him yet. We need to see if we can find where the rest of them are.
I'm not like my brothers. I just want to sing.
Attack him.
Oh no, I think I
Wait,
like it.
oh my God,
God.
did you kick Cham out?
I didn't kick him out.
Is he having computer issues?
I think he may have lost connection. Yeah.
You want to give it a minute?
Yeah, I'll give it a minute because you guys all want to murder this owlkin.
I
This
Don't
owl walking.
exactly want to murder it, but there's no way of stopping Cham.
There
Because
it
if
is.
I try to stop him, he's gonna hurt Paul. I can't pull him in.
Accident.
No.
What did you do?
I left.
Why? I told you to attack him.
I know. Why is he Elvis?
Huh?
Why is he Elvis?
Because he's seen the
That's
true
why
light of
you
the butter.
laughed.
Because that's his name. He's Elvis the Owl Walk.
Don't you see? He's seen the true light of the butter. We're gonna
I
feed
just
him
wanna
some peanut
sing.
butter and banana and butter sandwiches.
That sounds disgusting.
I'm
Yeah.
not like my brothers. I just want
shut your
sing.
mouth.
Yeah, hi Satan. I'm never making you grilled cheese
Okay.
again.
The Owl Walk is also terrified at this point.
You know what? I'm going to wild shape.
Okay.
I'm gonna wild shape into this beehire.
Into a what?
Beehire? I don't know what the fuck how you say
Oh,
that.
a Bahir?
But here, yeah.
What the fuck's a
hang on.
Behir?
It's a If I remember correctly, I know what this is. I think it's like a centipede type thing. Yeah.
No, it's not a
Okay.
centipede. It's a
Well,
lizard.
no, but it has multiple legs. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you can wild shape it.
It is an
Poly-
Underdark creature, and I'm Underdark druid.
I guess you can come with us, little.
Well, no, that's not how that works. It's the wild shape spell in general is only available to moon. You can polymorph into that.
No, I have wild shape,
Oh, you do? Okay, yeah. Then yes,
but you're only able to wild shape into
Underdark,
specific.
Underdark creatures.
That what you are, yeah.
Okay.
Which
Then yes,
here is a.
then yes, you can wild shape into that if you want.
I'm going to constrict him.
Okay. He's not really in any way, shape, or form going to be able to resist you at this point. So all I'm going to make you do is I'm going to make you roll a grapple check to see how well you hang on to him.
Well, the thing is, there's no grapple check.
Just roll strength.
God damn.
I know somebody's going to.
5e fucking sucked. I
know.
fucking hate 5e. Such a garbage fucking.
That's why we only use it for quick campaigns.
How many years have I been saying that? Trying to get you motherfuckers to try anything other than D&D.
I have no problem with D&D. I just don't particularly.
I just
like
hate 5e. 5e fucking sucks.
The only
But it's a
the only
19.
good part about it is it's relatively easy to understand for the most part.
This is literally baby's first D&D.
Yeah, that's essentially what they did with it because they fleshed it out in 3.5 and then they condensed it again and supposedly they want to condense it again.
How do you condense it again, though?
By removing
no.
basically everything.
Because Wizards of the Coast is fucking retarded.
Well, yeah, we know that. That's why we
They're
don't
a
pay
bunch
for
of
our shit.
fucking morons.
This is true. All right, so you rolled a 19, so that is enough to constrict him. So
I'm not going to hurt him. I'm just constricted.
I know. That's why I'm not going to have you roll for damage. So you constrict him enough so that he can't move, and he's just kind of like looking up at you, and the other druids. Oh, please don't kill me.
I fucking hate you. I'm hating this character as much as Burlock Ohms.
Oh, I didn't think I could get back to that plateau again.
I'm hating it that much. Fuck.
If you want to pop him like a Zit, it's up to you. I just included him as a fun character.
So I'm gonna
I want to keep him.
my head's gonna be looming over, peering down at him, and I'm gonna be, speak your words wisely.
What the fuck is that voice?
Oh dear God, what on earth is that?
Is he okay?
I think that's what he thinks a Bahir sounds like.
Did the butter give you a concussion?
Probably.
I think the butter ruined his voice.
To be honest, the butter may have actually given him a concussion. That's very possible. He did go into that wave head first. So
somebody gave 100 bits to protect Elvis just because of that voice.
Well, that just means Elvis is gonna get a. I'll see what I can do for Elvis. So Elvis is tied up, so he looks over at all of you. Look, I don't want to hurt anybody, not like my brothers. They're out for revenge because of what happened to us in the bag of holding. You don't understand.
What did happen to you in the bag of holding?
Rendell, the druid you have in your little squirrel buddy there, he picked up 200 owl bears from Calgar, put them in stasis, shrunk them down, and stuck them in a bag of holding. Now, the problem is, old Grendel was never very organized when it came to his bags of holding. There were a lot of magical potions in there, and a lot of rustling around over the years. Keep in mind, I don't even know how much time has passed since then. Where the hell are we? Why do I see another planet that is not the moon? I don't know what's going on. But
You are on the moon.
God damn it. But regardless, the magical potions leaked. They got into everything. There was a potion of permanent polymorph in there. So we, unfortunately, combined with various other things to form these little bear owl creatures you see before you. Unfortunately, my brethren want revenge on the Druids for taking them from Calgar and also turning them into little furry mutant bear things.
I'm gonna constrict a little tighter.
Let him go. We could probably use him.
My insides are going into my beak.
Hey, I'm gonna throw a rock at Cham.
Why?
Not to hurt him, just to stop him.
That's not gonna stop him.
Fuck.
I'm a big old fucking lizard.
Well, you're not. Well, technically, you're not a lizard. You're more like a weasel, but same idea.
It's
I
a.
don't want to shoot him.
No,
I don't
you
want to shoot him because he'll take it out on He'll take it out on Paul.
That's true. So, Cham, do you want to kill Elvis, or do you want to let him live? He also mentioned the fact that he does have a sonic scream ability that he can use if you need help.
You're always introducing these fucking characters. God.
It's
God
almost like
damn
this
it.
is D&D.
No, this is not D&D. What I do, trust me. If
This
you
is
ask
what
anybody
you
that
do.
actually plays, this is not Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah,
This
I
is a
know.
meme.
I've been watching the chat go
Memeing.
insane.
This is meme. No. I wasn't even talking about that. I was just talking about in general. It's a meme stream. That's the point. All right. So you're gonna let him go, or are you gonna keep squeezing him until he pops?
I'm gonna pop him like a zit.
Okay. Roll me strength.
Alright, hold up. This fucking creature has a.
You know, Cham, we could have made Mike sing.
I'm gonna very quietly lean over. Don't worry, little Elvis guy. Once he kills you, I'm pretty sure it'll be terrible, and you'll experience every second of it. But I'll bring you back, no worries. And he'll probably do it again, but I've got quite a few ways to bring you back, so, as long as you can stand the mind-numbing insanity of being squeezed over and over again, we'll be fine.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna
That's
do,
the
Jim.
constrict.
So here's what I'm gonna do. You're squeezing him, but he's still gonna be able to get off that sonic scream, and he's gonna aim it directly at your head.
Alright.
Just let me look up very quickly what the. All right, so we'll see if he has enough cognition to actually aim this correctly. So I'll roll him kind of a pseudo attack roll, basically, even though he's point blank. And I'll say that's enough. It's also going to get a +2 because of the range. But so he's going to roll 3d8.
Alright.
And the other thing is, you're going to have to roll to beat a. It'll be a DC 15 Constitution save. All right, you beat that, so you don't get disoriented. He does some damage to you, but you're still able to squeeze him. So you can roll. Do you have a constrict damage on that?
Plus in a hit, it looks like
Constrict, yep. All right.
2d10 plus 6 bludgeoning
Yep.
damage plus 2d10 plus 6 slashing damage. So there's a bludgeoning.
Yep. So you could roll that. It's going to be more than enough to kill him.
And here's
he's already dead. He only had 10 HP. Or actually, sorry, I stand corrected. Hang on. How much did he actually have? I did design him. All right, well, that's still enough. So you crossed the 20 HP threshold, which is what his health was. So, yeah, you pop him like a zit. You squeeze him until his little, owl head pops like a zit and explodes all over basically your side because you're constricting him. And then you let the body go after a second and it falls on the ground. Arch, do you want to reanimate him now?
I'm gonna wait until he has it out of his system, let him squeeze him a bit more before I start trying to resurrect anything.
Well, he's done. He's the Elvis is a squeezed tube of toothpaste at the moment.
And to add insult to injury, I'm going to swallow him.
That's just gross.
Ew.
All
You
right.
understand when you unwild shape, that's gonna come out of your butthole.
He doesn't care.
I got 5 hours to shit this out.
All right, you eat him. You eat him. He's in there. You ate what's left of his corpse. So Arch, if you do decide to reanimate him, huh?
Fucking hit it!
I wonder, can we bring him back to life inside of Cham?
Well,
Yep.
that was going to be my next question. Is Arch, if you do decide to bring him back to life, he will be inside of Cham.
But here's the thing: he'll take 6d6 acid damage.
Yeah, I'm just telling him that if he does decide to bring him back to life, he's gonna be inside of you. I didn't say he would live again. I just said that if it was before the actual excretion of his body, then he's not gonna have a good time.
All
All
right,
right.
give me just a second here.
Are you
All
planning
right.
something, Butter Mage? I'm just,
Why, yes, I am.
I am just officially calling him that.
By the St. Julia child, that's perfectly fine by me.
Perfect.
Hey, Julia Child.
Julia Child.
I don't even know who the fuck Julia Child is.
You have
Oh,
Google. Use
God.
it.
That's
I
because
have-
you're like 14.
You fucking zoomer.
What? You're like only 3 years older than me. What the fuck are you talking about?
But I act like I'm about 30 years older than you.
No, you act like you're 50. Yeah, well, yeah, okay, touche.
I can also do math, apparently.
Wait, which one of us was that a dig at?
Because when I said, "Oh, I act about 30 years older than you," then he says, "Oh no, you act you're about 50." Oh, wait a minute.
No, I thought you said you act like you're 30 years old. I'm like, yeah, I know. But then I heard the rest.
Yes.
He was
So I'm gonna
so
make
he was
this.
just so hyper focused.
Does it have to be contested in order for me to get 2 spells off while he's trying to swallow?
Given the amount of what spells are you trying to get off? First of all, like what levels are we talking here?
The first one is Resurrection, which is the 9th level.
Okay.
The second one is Enlarge.
Oh no.
Okay. So what I would suggest you do is you do the enlarge before you do the resurrection, so he can't swallow him.
That's what
Unless you're planning on turning him back to life in time to be eaten and then enlarging him.
Oh, I wonder if I have it like a potion of enlargement that I could just throw at the dead body.
You honestly probably know a spell that already does that.
I don't. Do I?
You probably do. You know over 112 spells.
They're not all listed here.
I think you should have 3 full pages of them.
Oh, okay. I did not scroll down long. I am really
Yeah.
stupid.
The ones with the P are the ones that are prepared. So those are the ones that are most useful. But you might know a spell in there if you wanted to use one randomly to grow something back. Well, I shouldn't say prepared, whatever. But
Well, Ark, if you end up only being able to use one, I'll use a spell.
I can say you can use one of those spells before Cham starts to eat him.
Yeah, I'll go with the Enlarge first, just to make him just double size and 8 times the weight and all that.
All right, so I'm gonna say owl bears or owl walks are basically about 30 pounds. So you're eating something at this point that, if it's times 8, has now gotten up to the level of 240 pounds. And on top of that, there's also the fact. On top of that, there's also the fact that he's doubled in size. So you're going to have to choke him down a decent degree. That might be a pretty big for your mouth. So as you're trying to choke him down, do you want to try and use the reanimate?
Oh yeah, most
Or the
definitely.
resurrect? All right, because he's going to have a little bit of a hard time getting him down, so it's going to slow the process. So you're going to be able to get both of those spell slots off before he has a chance to eat him.
So as his toes are being swallowed, I'm gonna go ahead and touch his giant forehead and be like, "Oh, hey, welcome back."
All right, you touch his forehead and his body then reforms and he opens his eyes again. He looks out at you. Oh, ho, ho, what's licking my feet?
Your new friend.
He looks up at Cham. He's like, "Oh my God, don't murder me again."
I'm a 40-foot long fucking 4,000-pound snake. I'm eating this motherfucker.
Please God, no.
Wait. Can we make can I want to make him bigger just to fuck with Cham. Do I have that spell? Let me see.
You're a level 20 druid. You probably know it.
Then yeah, I'm gonna cast it to make Elvis bigger.
Okay, so that means that's gonna Okay, so how big is that gonna make him now? I don't know if that technically stacks, but I mean that would mean he would be 4 times the size of what he was normally, and his weight would increase by another 8 times.
I
So
I always rule that it should compound just for fun.
yeah, no, I'm definitely doing that.
So it's 8 times 8, so 240 times 8.
Yeah. Arch, I forget how long does that spell last?
Oh Jesus, hold on.
Because he weighs a ton now, a literal ton.
Concentration up to 1 minute.
All right, so that means he's going to be 2,000 pounds and 4 times his normal weight for 1 minute.
All right. I have
That
1
means
ton
you are
more than
not
him.
going to be able to swallow him.
No, but I can't constrict him.
Yes, you can constrict him.
At this point, he could just throw you.
He might be able to actually, yeah, given the fact that he's quadrupled in size. And he weighs more than you do now.
Me? No, I weigh 4,000 pounds.
You weigh 4,000 pounds?
Yes, a Behir is giant.
I didn't think it was fourth. I thought it was like closer to like
I sent you the page.
yeah, I know, I'm looking at it. I don't usually use Behirs that much. See anything on here that describes okay, hang on a second. Yeah, you sent me the page. I don't see anything on here that describes weight.
Size, general information. Scroll down.
Hang on. Oh, it's the one you sent me, not the
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. 40 feet long, weighs about 4,000 pounds, give or take. Certainly no small. Okay. So yeah, so you do still. He weighs about half of you, basically.
Yeah, he weighs half.
Which is still pretty hefty if you were actually going to try and swallow him again. So it's actually going to take a legitimate strength check to crush him now because of the size change.
No, fuck it, yeah. I'm gonna pop him once again.
Okay,
I love
Snake
how
Man.
this has just evolved into whether or not people want to murder my NPC character.
I tell you
This
what.
happens a lot, though.
Well, here's the thing. He was originally fucking going to die, and they wouldn't let him.
Well,
Yeah,
here's the
just to
thing.
spite you.
If this doesn't end pretty darn soon, I'm gonna go ahead and send you into outer space.
Technically, he can do it.
I just do whatever the butter mage says.
Okay, well that's 29, and I don't think
That's
he's going to be able to
29
fight
too,
that. So that's gonna do it. So you can roll for damage again.
So
All
that's
right,
the
just
first one.
gonna warm up that butter tsunami once again.
I'm going to hide behind Arch.
Okay, so I mean, if I remember correctly, that growth spell doesn't actually increase their HP. I think it just increases their size.
Correct.
So his HP would be the same, which means that's still over 20. So you popped him again, except it's a bigger pop this time. And it's just a larger tube of toothpaste. So he gets to die a second time. And Arch,
Didn't I
you can
say
do what
that?
you want to do now.
I'm just gonna stand there, just disappointed.
Well, did you want to try and send him into space before then? Oh, he is grappling him, so you'd probably send both of them into space.
Yeah, I'm just disappointed at the moment.
Okay, so after a little while, the corpse of Elvis returns to its natural small state, and Chan, you can now eat it normally now.
I swallow.
I'm just gonna pat
right.
poor butter mage on the side. We tried.
Okay, so you ate Elvis the owlbear. He is now dead, and you guys are going to return to the Druid camp. Now, the other thing is that as this is happening, even though your characters don't know it, the Owlwalks have begun to reorganize for an attack on the Druid city because they realize that now they understand what type of powers they're dealing with. So they are going to start digging through that bag of holding they came out of, which unfortunately Grendel did not have on his body. They took it, which is another
Ooh.
reason why all of them are different sizes, because they emptied it out with potion. So the head Owlwalk, the claw, is going to basically just chug a whole bunch of those fucking things at the same time. And we're going to see what happens to that in a little bit. Now, you guys all managed to get back to the Druid City. Grendel is with you in squirrel form and goes back up to Havsham, who has finished repairing your statue again. And he looks at Havsham, I need some help. Oh, God, I need some help. I'm stuck as a squirrel. Get me not to be a squirrel, man. This is not fun. I'm at the lower end of the food chain. Oh, you poor stupid fuck. What did you do now? Well, a bunch of mutant owl bears, some bad things happened. My body got crushed by a rock, tsunami of butter, you know, the usual. Oh, you poor stupid bastard. All right. I'm going to get him back to human form. Thank you very much for doing that. However, if there are any more abominations lurking around in the woods, we may want to kill them all.
Sounds good to us. That just means more things for us to do.
All right, Cham, I want you to roll me a d20 right now.
Sure.
No modifiers, just a straight one. All right, that's you can feel your digestive system working overtime about 3 or 4 hours after you ate that owl bear, and it's nature is calling. So
I'm gonna
yeah.
start. I'm just gonna start waddling towards it like a bush.
All right, you go to the nearest bush and you pop a squat behind that, and as your drop trow, and I want you to roll me a Constitution save.
Shit.
Yeah, it's about to be.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh no.
you have an anal fissure. Okay, so you shit out all of that owl bear in the worst way possible. It hurts. It's painful. It's not pleasant. You took 1d4 damage.
Oh fuck.
It's 3. Yeah, no, you are not having a good time, and that also smells horrible. Like there are actual like forest creatures that are fleeing the area that was dropped in.
There's blood, butter, and an owl.
Yep. Oh yeah, the butter too. I forgot about the butter. All the butter you ate from the cloud or from the wave. So yeah, that's all unfortunately taking place at the moment. Arch, you may still be able to revive it if you want to try.
Oh yeah, I go up and just go ahead and hit a reincarnation. So it's gonna be one of those where he comes back as another person.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll randomly for this time to see what Elvis comes back as. Like I'm supposed to do. I'm not just gonna do the squirrel this time. So let me pop in. Oh, Kane is finally responding to me. You bitch. Oh, he
Tell
was
him he's a
sleeping.
bitch and he can play next time.
He was sleeping. Yeah, he'll play next time. So let me take a quick look at this. All right, so I'm gonna roll a D100, and we're gonna figure out what the hell this thing is brought back as.
Who said I was gonna let it be alive?
He's resurrecting it. It does. I still have to figure out what it comes back as, Cham. Even if you're gonna kill it again.
Yep.
All right. So let me hang on a sec. Let me roll a D100. $65. It is a halfling. So Elvis comes back as a halfling. Which why is always halflings that wind up being musicians?
I'm gonna immediately touch him and produce flame.
Okay. Also, he comes back at the same health that he was at as an owl walk. All right, you're gonna touch him, produce flame as soon as roll for damage.
That's it. 16.
All right, that's not enough to kill him. You did light him on fire. and he's now screaming out of the. There is a flaming halfling who runs out of the bushes that smell like feces from your shit that you just took there, and he's running through the town square on fire.
Well, that's something you don't
Help
see.
me, put me out.
We could.
Havisham runs up and immediately uses a water spell to douse the flames off of the halfling, who is also buck-ass naked and covered in feces. And he looks at him and is like, "Oh my god, what happened to this man?" Oh,
You're gonna hear stomping. You're gonna hear fee, fi, fo, fum. Where's that little fuck gone?
You guys might want to run. I'm just gonna be chilling out on the bench. You guys might want to run. Seriously, run.
oh, I'm running. Even with 5 health, he's gonna book it. I'm gonna roll an athletic check. Can you keep up with him?
Let's see.
That's a 7. You're probably gonna be able to. Doesn't really have that much athletics. Fresh body.
Oh, hold up. Oh shit! Where the fuck is?
Not athletic. I thought, was it athletics that's at the top, or is it a different one that I'm thinking of?
So you said athletics? Oh, I got an 11 on athletics.
Oh boy. Okay. So yeah, you're able to catch up with him relatively easily as he's trying to scurry away from you, and I will allow you to stomp on him to finish him off.
All right. Fucking unarmored attack, right? What do you say?
Yeah. Yeah, unarmed attack.
And this will be 6 bludgeoning.
That'll hit.
Oh.
You only had 5 health left. All right. So as you're walking around behind him, running around behind him, you put your foot up and stomp it down directly onto his back, crushing all of his internal organs at the same time and snapping his neck. He is dead. Again. In a halfling this time.
Should I resurrect him?
I'm gonna grab his body. I'm gonna chuck it down a well.
I want you to roll me an investigation check to find a well.
Okay.
God, you
perception
really hate
check.
that one.
What's your perception, actually?
It's a +2.
All right, so it's the same as that. All right, you find a well. It's kind of shallow, but it's a well.
Now here's the thing. I'm gonna pick him up. I'm gonna spike down the well, kind of like a football.
All right, roll me a dexterity check then, because you're throwing him down the well. All right, so as you're trying to throw him down the well and trying to kind of whip him in, you accidentally you're kind of doing that thing where you swing him around in your hand like a lasso almost, and you accidentally slip and he flies over and he hits your statue. And unfortunately, he breaks the arm off of your statue this time.
Wow, that statue's just really unlucky, isn't it?
Havsham comes up and he's immediately annoyed. God damn it, I gotta fix this again!
I'm just gonna call over, sorry.
And stop breaking it!
It's not my fault. I'm not doing it. He is. I'm gonna point over to Cham.
Shoot the guy who's breaking it. I don't care. Just stop breaking the statue. Damn it, now I gotta resculpt that arm.
You're very good at sculpting.
The squirrel is trying to help as well, but he's really just kind of getting in the way. All right, so Cham, you can pick up the body and chuck it down the I'll have you roll again to chuck it down the well.
Right.
All right, that's good enough to at least get it in the hole. So you throw it down in the well. You hear a couple of whacks and thwacks as it goes down, and then eventually you hear a splash at the bottom. So the body's down there. Is anybody else gonna resurrect him?
You want me? Do you want me to try, Arch?
I'm literally just asking if anybody wants to keep resurrecting him, because Sam's just gonna keep killing him out of spite.
I want to see what I resurrect him into, though.
All right, I'm gonna.
It'll be random what he gets resurrected into. I can either pick a random animal, or we can do the roll where he'll come back as a sentient being.
Let's do the
I'm gonna
roll.
go ahead and put a stop to this. You go ahead and do a reincarnation. I'm gonna walk up to our good friend over there, and we're gonna plane shift his ass to the butter dimension.
Okay. I'm gonna go. What do I have to roll for this resurrection?
You don't have to roll anything. You just have to cast the spell.
Alright, I'm gonna cast resurrection again.
Okay, so here's the way this is going to go. So Arch, he doesn't know what you're going to be doing to him. But you've also known each other for 100 years. Or over 100 years at this point. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to see if he can guess your motivations based on what he knows of you. So, Arch, I want you to try and roll Deception, and Sham, I will have you roll Insight.
There's no insight.
I'm literally staring at it, Sham. It's
Where is
right
it?
below history.
Oh, there it is. Shit.
Alright, so that's a... And then, Arch, I'm going to have you roll Deception to try and sneak it past him to get him there. Or do you just hold out your hand and he's just there?
Oh,
I
he's going
just,
to do. Is he going to do what Dr. Manhattan does to Rorschach? Just
No,
reach out
he
his
said-
hand, and just fucking teleport.
Well, he didn't teleport Rorschach. He just spread his
he
molecules
fucking
everywhere.
spread his fucking entire fucking being all over the wall. Not the wall. The
yeah,
floor.
I just walk
No.
up and poke him in the forehead.
Okay. So like I said, all right. So you're just gonna walk up and do that. So, Cham, you rolled Insight, which is a 12. So you don't really think he's doing anything any different than normal. And Arch, you walk up and you poke Cham on the forehead, and you can describe what happens from this point on in terms of where he goes and what he sees.
All right, so he sees me come up and just like poke him right on the forehead, and out of nowhere, everything turns into butter. Everything and everyone and all the air and everything. And the great Saint Paula Dean and her disciples of Julia Childs and Emerald and Gordon Ramsay all stare down at him in disgust at his non-butter.
I'm just gonna flip him off.
I'm pretty sure, based on that description, you are literally encased in butter. Based on how he described that. And they're just kind of standing above you in some kind of like godly pantheon looking down with disgust.
I don't give a fuck.
Alright. So you're gonna stay there getting butter shoved up your ass for a little while. Purity, you are able to resurrect you're able to resurrect Elvis, but Elvis also comes back in the bottom of the well. So he's kind of stuck down there.
Hold on, I'll get you out. Let me see what I have a spell that can get him out. Let me see. Now that I figured out how to read this thingy.
I mean, you can use catapult if you want. It's just whether or not he's going to land successfully.
What do I have to roll for catapult?
I'm not gonna. I think he's within your weight limit, so I don't think you have to roll anything for that, if I remember correctly. Unless you were using it as like an attack action.
Then I'm using catapult.
And let me just quickly double check that. Yeah, no,
All you hear is the music. I believe I can fly.
Okay, so that's exactly what it is. So the only thing is, if he does hit something, it's going to be 3d8 bludgeoning damage. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you roll a d20, and that just a straight d20. And if it rolls below a 10, or if it rolls below an 8, because you're in a level 20, if it rolls below an 8, then he's going to hit something. If it rolls above an 8, then you're going to be able to like make it so that he doesn't take damage when he flies out of the well.
He got so lucky.
Okay, so you cast the catapult spell on him, and he flies out of the well along with a lot of the water and lands like a fish, kind of on the cobblestone. Now, since you've also used the reincarnation spell again, or the resurrection spell again, he has come back instead of as a halfling this time. He has come back as his original self, his owlkin self.
Oh, hey there, you lived this time.
He looks over at the merman and the gnome and the intellect devourer. Oh, please tell me the big ass guy isn't gonna kill me again.
We're
3
gonna
times, man.
we're gonna try to keep him, away from you this time.
Oh, we made it back to the village, and I'm not on fire anymore, so I can look at everything. This is amazing. But we have to understand, you may be in grave danger. We have to kill the rest of those owlkin.
Okay,
Oh,
we don't
what?
have a problem killing things.
Really? I thought you druids were supposed to be, peaceful and whatnot.
How many times
Did
did
you
you
not
just
just
die?
experience? Yeah, that's just exactly what I was going to say. Did you not just experience being horribly murdered a couple of times?
Look, every single society has a bunch of whacked out weirdos that they use to do things other people don't like.
Yeah, that's us. There you go.
Exactly.
Bingo.
We only
Alright.
keep cute things alive, like my little intellect devourer over here, Paul. He gets to live because he's a good boy.
Alright, so now that that's sort of happened, Elvis sort of explains that because of what's happening with the other owl bears at the moment, the ones that survived the butter wave, they're probably going to be planning a counterattack, which may not end very well, depending on how they're able to shore up their forces. Because he doesn't necessarily know what was left inside of the bag of holding that Grendel had. He had a lot of powerful magical items in there.
We should keep Grendel as a squirrel to teach him a fucking lesson.
Oh,
Don't
I don't
worry, we
know if
won't
you'd
let
like that. I
we
didn't
won't let
like being a halfling. I spent most of my time on fire.
well, don't worry, we won't let anybody else put you in a bag of holding, or we'll try not to let anyone else set you on fire.
Thank you.
You're under the protection of the butter mage.
I don't know why, but I feel safe.
Being a butter mage, should we bring him out of the butter dimension or leave him there?
Well, think you might want to stew on some things for a little while, but I'll leave it up to you if you want to bring it back.
Leave him there for 5 more minutes.
Little guy, what is your name, by the way?
My name is Elvis.
Well, all right, Elvis. So here's the thing: you might want to skedaddle or skedoodle or get the fuck away from wherever. I'll tell you what. I'll give you this stone here, and I'm gonna pull out a magic stone and cast. It's essentially like an enchantment spell, so I can fucking find him again. So I'll have this around. So if we need you, we'll come find you. And if not, I suggest you find somewhere to hide where a large snake isn't gonna eat your asshole again.
You like to sing, go hide in the tavern. Usually he won't attack the tavern because he gets free drinks.
Elvis nods to you and takes the magical gem. He then immediately books it for the tavern.
All right, see you later.
You know he's totally gonna hunt him down.
Oh, most definitely.
Well, technically, since you resurrected him after you sent Sham to the butter dimension, he doesn't actually know that he was resurrected unless he actually searches the well.
Can we put a different body in the well?
I know what they're going to do. Like I knew as
You
soon as
know
they
what they're going to
disappear,
do,
they're
but you
going to
didn't
resurrect.
But you
It's
didn't
not-
see it.
He's so
Fine.
frustrated
He
with
did
us.
not. He did not see it. But we all know what's going to happen. Make me
This is the-
disappear, resurrect.
This is true. And when you come back, you're going to try and kill him if I don't hide him
Exactly.
well enough.
Exactly. I'm going to hunt his ass down.
But you're gonna miss out on
Uh,
killing other things.
My goal is him.
Why do you hate this fucking thing so much?
My goal is him.
Now you know what
I
happened with Murloc Holmes.
You
I
know
like
what? As
Mur-
long as he's not
I
trying
let
to hurt
Murloc
Paul,
Holmes-
I don't give a fuck. Hunt whatever you want.
I let Murloc Holmes live. Let me have this.
I did let you have it. They keep bringing him back to life. I
We're turning
can't
this into
control
a
that.
fucking Tom and Jerry skit at this point.
Oh no, it definitely is a Tom and Jerry skit at this point. This is just going to be how many different times can
I
you
get
murder
it.
this
I get it.
owlbear?
We just got a donation. I'm gonna send it to you, Mike, and you need to tell me if this is okay because this is going to set somebody in the game off if you allow it.
I'm reading it right now. I have your
Oh
screen
fuck!
up.
I
Fuck
forgot you had the chat up.
Here's what I'll do with that. Instead of giving him a disadvantage, I'll add an additional +2 to Elvis's stealth roll to hide. So if you want to buff Elvis, you can donate for that and see if you can get him into a
Jesus,
place
this is
where he
about to
doesn't
become the
get
strongest owlbear in owlbear Wookiee thing in creation. It's actually going to become an owlbear Wookiee.
He is an Ewok.
I know, but if they keep buffing him up.
No, then he'll just be a really jacked Ewok. So,
My main goal is to hunt this motherfucker
here's
down.
my question, Arch. How long are you going to leave him in the butter realm?
I'll give it like another 5 minutes and then go ahead and bring him back.
All right, so I'm going to roll because Elvis knows that eventually Sham is going to be brought out of that dimension, so he's going to try and hide. So he gets a +2 because of his size already. He gets an additional +2 because of the
and another +2.
And another +2. Okay, so that means he has rolled a total of +6, so that's a 19. So he's going to be able to hide himself really, really well in that tavern. So here's what's going to have to happen is, Cham, you're going to come back out of the butter dimension, still like, covered in nasty, gross butter. And Purity and Arch are just kind of standing there in front of you, and Arch is smirking as he usually does after he covers something in butter.
You did a good job, Butter Mage.
Oh, I thank you.
Remind me never to make you mad.
I'm going to use locate animals.
Okay.
And let's see. I'm going to specifically look for...
Isn't animals technically something that's non-sentient? Well, they're owl bears, so yeah, that would make sense.
Let's see, what was locate?
I couldn't remember if you actually had to mark the animal first for that. Like locating.
I don't know. Hold on. That's why I'm looking it up right now.
Let's see. Locate animals or plants. Describe a name or specific kind of beast or plant, concentrating on the voice of nature in your surroundings. You learn the direction and distance to the closest creature or plant, the kind within 5 miles, if any are present. Okay, so yeah, so as long as you have a description of it, which you... Well, actually, here's the thing. When you last saw it, it was still a halfling. So as far as you're aware, it's still a halfling.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to.
But you can search for. I'll let you substitute creature for halfling, but there are a lot of halflings.
There's a lot of fucking spells.
Oh yeah, there are. There's a shit ton. That's why I usually only go with the prepared ones.
So are we going to Butter Mage, should we go and stop the those other creatures?
Alright.
I mean, yeah, it seems like a good idea instead of fucking around here looking for one particular thing.
Hold up.
Should we just separate from Cham, let him do his thing?
That said it was an 18.
What came? Hang on a second.
Oh well.
What came up?
Oh well. Fucking. I rolled. I went to do a stealth attack, hit Arse in the chest.
You just feel like being a douche today, don't you?
I'm gonna be a fucking douche. I wanted this thing dead, and they would not allow this.
No, they let you kill it 3 times.
I wanted him to remain dead.
All right, so you're gonna try and kill the other players.
No. I'm not trying to kill. I'm just hitting him.
Okay. So Arch, what's your AC?
It's a pretty low AC. I'm a pure spellcaster, so it's going to be a 14 for you there.
Yeah, so that's a 13, so it doesn't hit.
It does not hit. No,
Yeah.
it does not hit. So you take the swing at him, but you kind of whiff that.
Yeah,
it goes by him.
Oh well. So I'm gonna use not nature, survival.
I'm gonna look over at Cham's character. Are you done? We have more things to go kill.
Oh, well, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna start searching this the city.
Okay, come on, Butter
All right.
Mage. Let's go kill everything.
Okay. So since we're going down this tangent, and since we've already been going for almost 2 hours, I'm going to call this here, and we'll split this into 2 sessions.
God damn it!
I
Because
mean, I'm good to keep going. What about you guys?
I'm also going to need to retailer a lot of those magical owl walks for the next section of this, if we ever
Yeah.
get to that.
This thing is going to die. I will kill him. He will remain dead. That is
So the
my
next one
goal
is
for
just going to be
next
two
session.
of us searching for the other owl walks, while Cham has an entire campaign trying to hunt this little Elvis
Yes.
owl walk.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen.
I'm gonna hunt this fucker down.
All right, so you're gonna spend that time searching the city. Purity and Arch are gonna spend that time trying to search for the remaining magical owl walks out in the forest. And we're gonna put a pin in that there, and then if we have another session where it's just another day where it's just us three, we'll finish this off.
Sounds good. We are absolutely retarded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most definitely.
I honestly am very glad he's hunting that owl walk because I was more worried he'd be attacking something else. I'm going to be honest.
It's next.
I
It's
know
next.
it's next. And at that point,
That's
you're
alright.
getting a fucking acorn shoved up your ass.
I get what I want.
Yeah, that worked real well for you this campaign. So we'll see you
All right.
guys all next time. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm going to give out the Discord link for anyone that wants to join my Discord. I'm not going to do that stupid shit again that I did last time.
What would you do?
I accidentally gave a link out once to our D&D one.
Oh, thank God nobody actually.
Yeah,
joined
maybe
me.
don't do that again.
It was an accident. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
See ya.